on. There's no other way to put it. Fan base, can you imagine how desperate they've been for this day, for this opportunity to come around? You have to go back to 1964 for their last title in the NFL. That's pre-Super Bowl era. They beat the Colts 27-0 in that one. Frank Ryan, Jim Brown. But these fans are tired of hearing about the past. They're tired of hearing about the All-American Football Conference, how the Browns came into the NFL and blew everyone away. They've got their team now, their time, and they want to win.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and they are back looking for number 2 just 24 short months later.
Didn't take long, did it? Made it back to the big game, and let's be honest, we're never going to forget that first Super Bowl title. That win over the New England Patriots, the big plays that came out of that, Nick Foles playing quarterback and flinging it all over the place. The Phillies special that's turned into a statue outside of their home stadium, the Link. It's absolutely unforgettable. But now they have a chance to add to their Super Bowl collection. They want to hoist one more.
He's got a first down and inside the midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. That one 28 yards on the ground. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. Just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Switch. Wide, get wide.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the Eagles' 22-yard line.
Set, 180. Hey, 133.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
They run for it with Hunt. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, it made it pay off.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Now a carry for Sanders.
Brightest. And let's face it, it's the Super Bowl. Those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Browns' 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Once again with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 8-yard touchdown run, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
A run for Nick Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Orbit.
From the gun, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 45 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Again with Chubb. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. 3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and letting the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Beckham, the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On the carry, it's Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the 35 on second down, Mayfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. To throw, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
On this one is the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something to see.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. The final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Chung. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
36 to Mike. Exit. Hey, Charlie.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Sanders. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll run with Sanders. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 38, Wentz. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And they'll get this well past mid. Just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Fast footwork by Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now Sanders. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 44, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
Well, certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 3.
Number 50. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check.
On 1st down, Sanders. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. But he's not going to get in. And now right out of the 2-minute break, will get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go. Ready? Number 53. Mike 53. Let's make these babies done.
They'll try to run with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27th. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 58 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go. 120.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They wanted that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.